Diddy's attorney Mark Agnifilo is panicking after Will Smith and his attorney have started to speak out against Diddy. Exclusive audio of Diddy talking about Ellen DeGeneres, Will Smith, and Ashton Kutcher has come forward, and you are not going to believe what he had to say.
I'm feeling confident. We're going to go get Mr. Combs out of jail.
Have you seen him? Have you talked to him?
Yep. We've seen him. He's doing great. He's focused. Watch the tree. He's focused. He's ready for his hearing. We think the law and the facts are on our side, and we're going to go try to get him out.
If you're successful and you get bail today, will he immediately be released, or what's the process?
You know, it's hard to know. Each case is different. We're going to ask him for him to be immediately released. I don't know if the judge
think I was going to get at you from the inside.
He reached out to a witness, an alleged participant in multiple freak-offs.
Then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country?
And he's asking people to intimidate witnesses or pay people off.
Don't be shocked if nobody show up to testify. Don't contact me anymore, pup. I already got that Houston lawyer breathing down my neck over that 13-year-old girl. If you don't want things to get worse for you, then you need to start answering my son's phone call.
The defendant's goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defense.
New York is having a problem with leaks in the Diddy case, with alleged video of the court hearings already on the internet and leaked phone calls where he's calling witnesses. Things are getting out of control. You won't believe what he says on the call. Recently, the DA released that Diddy was contacting witnesses from jail, and they were saying this is the reason he shouldn't get bail. He was using other inmates' phone calls to three-way people who would then call the witnesses, and that's who he spoke to over the phone. Also, in a weird turn of events, the DA who brought these charges against Diddy is suddenly resigning from his position during the biggest case of his career, and that is strange. So let's break down this insane phone call that we found online. Legal disclaimer, people. I'm just a guy that reacts to stuff on the internet. So right now, everything is rumors, gossip, everything in this video.
During a concert in San Diego, Will Smith responded to the rumors of him being friends with Diddy and said that he didn't have anything to do with Diddy. Will Smith knows that everyone connected to Diddy is going to go to jail soon, and he wants to step away from the entire drama. Will Smith has been going to Diddy's parties for years, and there have even been reports of Will having threesomes with Diddy and Jada.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. We've been making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but you know that one, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Jimmy Kimmel has claimed that he beat up Will Smith once because Will wanted to have a threesome with Jennifer Lopez. Jada has even said that she is going to sue everyone who claims Will and her are associated with Diddy. Everyone knows that Jada and Will have always had a weird relationship. Was it because Jada doesn't respect Will's connection to Diddy?
You were dating J-Lo. Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true? You really heard that? What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read? I don't know what you're talking about.
fantastic.
We gotta go.
We're black. What do you think about the allegations? There's like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We saw it. I know that's right. Thank you, Miss.
Will Smith and Jada's relationship with Diddy has had awful side effects on their children too. Jaden Smith was one of the biggest stars in the world after movies like The Karate Kid and Pursuit of Happiness, but he stepped away from all of it because he had seen what it had done to his parents. Even now, Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber were seen kissing at Coachella, and as victims of Diddy, they're both messed up.
I love Justin Bieber, that's just a fact.
We'll talk about brotherly love. You couldn't miss this moment on your feeds. Justin Bieber giving pal Jaden Smith a kiss on the cheek at Coachella.
I'm having a good time.
The now viral video shows Jaden sneaking up from behind the beads, grabbing his waist for a little dance, and then there's this. Justin sweetly giving his bro a kiss. Something that's become the talk of the internet.
I'm at school sometimes. My dad would just pull his pants down.
Hey!
Bella's always, Bella's always playing. Okay.
Jaden jumped up and ran.
No, not only said he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after he said he'll try to kiss me anywhere else.
So, what do you think? Is Jaden still too old to get kissed by his dear old dad?
Jimmy Kimmel wasn't wrong when he claimed that Diddy was pimping out GLO to Will Smith. A new lawsuit has just been filed against Diddy, which names Jennifer Lopez as a key witness. According to this new lawsuit filed by victim Cardello Smith, GLO was a willing participant with Diddy in his lawsuit. Cardello Smith claims that Diddy read him in 1997 during a party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit, where Cardello was working as a bartender. Cardello says that Diddy recorded the alleged sexual assault and GLO was given access to the footage.
Going back to Cardello Smith's filing, his notice says that Jennifer Lynn Lopez, aka J-Lo, aka Jenny from the Block, quote, will be called as a material witness and expert to Sean Combs' viewing, possession, and distribution of his sexual assault upon the plaintiff in 1997, and the orders of defendant Sean Combs forcing Jennifer Lopez to remain silent about the videotaped sexual assault of plaintiff by defendant. Plaintiff states that the material witness Jennifer Lynn Lopez, also known as J-Lo and Jenny from the Block, was engaged in a relationship with the defendant Sean Combs during 1999 and 2001, and that the sexual assault of the plaintiff was recorded, distributed, and held by the defendant at his New York residence and recording studio. And during the relationship with Jennifer Lopez, she was made privy to this video that was taken by Sean Combs and his employee Kirk Burroughs. She, J-Lo, has known this video existed and was in existence and took no action to make it known to anyone in law enforcement, and that she was even questioned by New York Police Detective Derek Palmer about this matter, and that the report will show that her answers to this tape was and still remains a resounding yes to its existence. And again, Cardello Smith writes that he wants to call Officer Derek Palmer as a witness because he says Palmer is the one who questioned Lopez and believes that he will have testimony that could help his case. As I mentioned, Diddy's legal team has called for this entire case to be thrown out. Cardello Smith has filed a massive response to that request that totaled more than 200 pages. Probably half of it was just straight up copies of case law that seems to support his arguments, word for word. It's something out of like a legal textbook. There's so much to slog through, but I kind of want to give you some of the highlights. So first, in addition to the claims of rape and a cover-up, Cardello Smith also claims and alleges that Combs was violent towards his loved ones. At times, Cardello Smith addresses alleged threats against his family. Other times, he says Combs actually caused serious injuries to his brother. His response reads, defendant used threats of murder to force the plaintiff to not bring the case to any court of law enforcement until the homes of the defendant were raided by Homeland Security, that the plaintiff knew it was a safe time to bring the case, and that is why we are here at this juncture. And Cardello Smith argued that fear for his own safety and the safety of his family is one of the main reasons that he waited so long to report the alleged rape. and says that that reason alone should override any issue with the statute of limitations, that these claims might otherwise be time-barred. And he also argues that while he's been in prison, fellow inmates and prison guards have threatened him on behalf of Sean Combs.
Jesse Waters from Fox News has reported that Fox News has received credible intel that Ashton Kutcher is getting ready to testify in court. Arrests are coming for everyone that was involved with Diddy, and Diddy's own co-conspirators are the ones that are going to expose everyone. Ashton Kutcher's marriage with Demi Moore allegedly ended because of his relationship to Diddy.
Bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry, and then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced, the videotapes were hot, and then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, oh, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career, they could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. So he was a snitch and he was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it. But even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein. It could be worse than Jeffrey Epstein.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of a night.
Ashton Kutcher's nice guy act is finally over, and people are seeing him for who he is. After Demi Moore left Ashton Kutcher, he realized that Diddy was going to get caught sooner or later. Ashton Kutcher set up his company Thorn to clean up his image, but just a few years later, he was back to being buddies with child predators. In 2023, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis sent letters to the judge asking him for a lower sentence for convicted child rapist Danny Masterson.
Oh, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punk. Because he was like, yo, you can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. It's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends. And we used to just hang out and watch football together.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years. So that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read, and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
Just look at how Ashton Kutcher and Diddy invited 13-year-old Davy Chase to his freak-off party. Ashton knew what kind of person Diddy was, but he still did all this.
Hey! Oh my gosh, this is so wrong! I just want to say,
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, it's Demi Moore!
after party tonight?
Yeah!
Gonna get after party tonight?
But you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher, he's worried that Diddy might lie on his friend. You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he's able to get that information to them. But they gotta want it. They gotta want it. And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time, me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like this? Lie on other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So, asking the Kutcher, he has the right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things we didn't. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So they all might be worried.
For him to come out with that comment, I mean, that is touching. It sounds like he's worried that Diddy might go up to nothing.
That's why. That's why he made that statement. To set it up. To set up the atmosphere that, yo, this guy's gonna lie on us. This guy ain't gonna tell the truth on us. But what we know is that wherever Diddy went, his tape recorders went. His camera equipment was working. He was videotaping everything. So they might have that videotape already.
Diddy Combs files a $50 million defamation lawsuit against an accuser over alleged celeb sex tapes. According to court documents obtained by E! News, the suit alleges that during a September 27th appearance on News Nation, the accuser claimed they possessed videos of Mr. Combs involved in the sexual assault of celebrities and minors. In addition to the accuser, Combs is suing their attorney, Ariel Mitchell, and Nexstar Media Group, which is the parent company of News Nation, for propagating the claims. Referring to the allegedly incriminating videos the accuser claimed to have in their possession, a lawsuit, filed in the Southern District of New York January 22nd, alleges that all parties involved participated in a willful scheme to fabricate and broadcast outrageous lies concerning Mr. Combs, and then to leverage those falsehoods to gain social media fame, enrich themselves, and strip Mr. Combs of his reputation, livelihood, and right to a fair trial. E! News has reached out to the accuser, Mitchell, and News Nation for comment, but has not heard back. And along with the alleged fabrication of lies, the suit refers to Mitchell and the accuser as social media protagonists, whom the suit claims had spent months fueling a media frenzy, vying to outdo each other in a shameless competition to draw attention to themselves with no regard for the truth. The lawsuit also lays out the profound reputational and economic injury and prejudice that the accuser's alleged misinformation has caused Combs, who is currently in Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center awaiting a May 5th trial for sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. As for where the accuser allegedly got the tapes, the suit states that the accuser claimed they received the videos directly from Combs' late ex, Kim Porter, who died from lobar pneumonia in 2018. But Combs refutes these claims as, according to the lawsuit, the accuser has never met Mr. Combs and has never had any relationship with anyone in Mr. Combs' family. In addition to the lawsuit, Combs' attorney Erica Wolf tells E! News in a January 23rd statement, these defendants have willfully fabricated and disseminated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. This complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated.
Big names I had just from what I understand, just from what I'm reading out, a lot of these celebrities were partaking in these freak-offs that they were calling them, and I got to imagine a lot of them are going to be running for the hills, yeah. I know he's close to a lot of them. Were wondering if Usher, Justin Bieber, anybody might come forward. This situation is only getting crazier by the day, and it seems like Diddy's legal troubles are just beginning with high-profile names like Will Smith, Ashton Kutcher, and even Jennifer Lopez being dragged into the mix. The walls are closing in fast. More evidence is coming out, and the people who once stood by Diddy are now turning against him. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Bye.